This morning we're now joined by our political analyst, BYU Idaho political professor Matt Miles. Good morning. Thanks for being here so early. We were all up kind of late last night, so we really appreciate you taking the time to coming in.
Definitely. And so, Matt, let's kind of talk a little bit. I mean, all morning long we've been talking about the campaign season, how Donald Trump was kind of able to attract a new set of voters. But let's talk about some of the surprise states last night. One thing we mentioned is those states up in the northern Midwest. And talk about kind of the history of Mitt Romney was not able to win those states.
Yeah, so those states are typically referred to as the Rust Belt because that's where you had strong manufacturing, auto manufacturing, and a lot of those jobs have left for other countries. And the big question was whether or not Donald Trump would be able to make a play for the Republican Party in those states. Many thought he wouldn't be able to do it because Romney had tried and failed. But Donald Trump is a different candidate than Mitt Romney was.
So what do you think was the big difference in states that typically go blue? Minnesota, they still haven't finished that up yet. You know, Wisconsin, was kind of a surprise as well. Michigan still undecided. And a lot of people were really shocked by Florida. When the early voting came in, Hillary had a pretty big lead and was going back and forth all night long.
So in the upper Midwest, what I would say is that Donald Trump had a very consistent message. Jobs are leaving America. I will bring them back to America. And if you're a white working class, just a working class individual in those upper Midwest states, and you've lost your job and the president promises to bring it back, how could you not vote for a candidate like that? In Florida, you had Marco Rubio on the ballot who was running as a Republican senator, and I think that he worked hard to get the vote out in Florida. But I have to say, in terms of Florida, everyone was surprised about that.
Yeah, I'm still shocked.
I know, it's been such a really interesting time. But one thing, you and I talked about this morning was, so we had all these poll numbers that are saying Donald Trump's going to lose, but you said there was actually one statistician that predicted a Trump presidency.
Yeah, there's two things that I would talk about there. First, there was a model that came out 3 years ago that said no matter who the Republicans nominate, the Republican Party will win the presidency. And then a statistician named Helmut Norpoth at Stony Brook University in New York, he said, I have a model based on primary elections that gives Donald Trump an 87% to 99% chance of winning. And he went on the news and people laughed at him, but he put his own money on that and he ended up winning.
Oh, wow. All right, well, Matt Miles, thanks so much for joining us again. We're going to check in with you all throughout the morning, but we're going to get back to talking about some of our local races now. And